been a good morning so far, filming out here with Matt, putting these the Black Rain 6'3" medium action rods to the test on these big deep water lake trout, and this rod is not disappointing. We got some giant lake trout this morning, and actually catching my personal best laker, which is over 30 inches this morning. It's just been a ball. So.
On this episode of JTTV, we're fishing with Nick Sokolowski of Soco Outdoor Sport Fishing. We'll be targeting lake trout on Cayuga Lake in central New York. The technique, vertical jigging, and it features the all-new 6'3" Black Rain medium extra fast rod from JT Outdoor Products.
So these fish are pretty much, they're laying on bottom right now, and we're starting to see the bait lifting off bottom. So these fish are going to start getting more suspended as April goes on. And like this fish, I was dropping down. I was maybe down about 60 feet, and this fish came up from 100. We're in 131 right now, and we're starting to see more suspending fish. We're fishing a ridge line. It's deep water, basically around the ridge, 200 foot, and we're fishing these like high peaks. And what these fish are doing is when they're racing off bottom, when we're dropping down, you won't mark the fish out here. They pretty much come off bottom the minute your jig gets down into that 100 foot of water. But this fish was different. I mean, typically morning time we get them right down deep, but this fish came up out of nowhere 30-40 feet off bottom.
Is it a pretty quick bite window, or is it all day?
There's bite windows depending on the day. When we're fishing cloudy days, that bite could roll over to 11, 12 o'clock. Typically on sunny days, that bite kind of flatlines at 10. But in that time period, we get quite a few bites. We could hook up to 30, 40 fish. This is a big fish. White jig this morning. They've been switching from white and chartreuse. Beautiful lake trout. These fish never get old. Oh man. Captain Nick Sokolowski with Soco Outdoor Sport Fishing. I charter Oneida Lake walleyes and bass, Lake Ontario salmon and trout, and Cayuga Lake big lake trout. These are the ones we're after. Nice healthy fish. deep water jigging, nothing better. Good release. Love seeing them big fish swim back. Awesome. We're fishing with a 5.5-inch swim bait. This one's getting pretty mangled now, but 1 ounce jig head. Light line, braided line. We're using a 12-pound braid to a 12-pound fluorocarbon leader. These fish, they got some sharp teeth on them, so that fluorocarbon definitely helps on those teeth. Jigging anywhere from 130 to 140 foot. So when we're dropping down, we're waiting for them fish to break off bottom. The minute they break, you want to wait for them fish to hit 5 feet from your bait, and then you start taking it away. And that's where you're going to see those chasers. When you have individual fish, you'll a lot of times see a fish come up and then flatline. So he starts going back down. Simply just open your bail. Don't drop it past him. Keep it above him. So then that fish is going to then come racing right back up and striking the bait. See that fish racing up?
Yeah.
I'm going to stop it. And I'm going to start reeling right now. Look at that fish scream. Drop down a little bit on him. Yeah, the screen's loaded. Drop it down right there. I'll start reeling. Bam, right there. Hooked up.
That's my phone, I think.
Another good one. Yeah. Another hog. We got a couple fish down there. Looks like a pretty active school. These fish are not acting how they've been. Typically they're right on bottom. We got to get down to that 120 foot to get them to react off bottom. Right now I'm getting down to about 80, and these fish are already swimming up 60 feet just to take a look at it. This 6'3" rod is amazing. With the sensitivity in the tip and the backbone, you're almost giving to these fish when they're on the bait, because they're so far down. You want that rod to load up before that fish even feels it's on. And this 6'3" rod is doing the trick right there. There's nice fish coming up. He's not done. There he is. Big fish. Oh. Another nice Cayuga Lake trout. Beautiful. He's kind of wrapped up. Get the line out. And we're gonna send him right back. And it's tough. You hook a lot of fish out in this deep water, and we pretty much see it 50-50. We land 20 fish in a morning, and you probably hooked up on 20 others. These fish are coming out of deep water, so their mouths are constantly thrashing side to side, opening up that hook pocket, and having a good stout hook is key, so your hooks don't bend. And we're fishing with a 1 ounce jig head to get it down there quick, but we don't want too much weight on the rod to overpower the rod. Here he comes. There he is. Good fish. Good fish. That one dropped off, and 3 more shot right up. And this looked like the biggest mark of them all. I mean, the screen is loaded right now. There's multiple fish down there. Yeah. Look at that bend. That is just... We're fishing a 1 ounce jig head, which some may think is overkill on a lighter rod, but with this 6'3", with the backbone and that tip, that 1 ounce jig works perfect for jigging these deep water fish. And when you have an 8+ pound lake trout on, it holds up real nice. Starting to see bubbles.
There he is.
Nice fish. Nice fish. They're getting better.
Jeez, dude.
They're getting better. Get this rod cleared. Choking these jigs down deep. I see color. Happy fish. Get them ready. Yeah. Nice fish. Love it. These fish don't get old. So when it comes to my passion fishing, I started at a young age with my dad, like many of you, getting out on the water at 3-4 years old. That's where my passion really started, hooking into my first largemouth in a pond down the road. Once I got old enough to start fishing on my own and getting out on the lakes with my own boat, my passion next was to get clients out on the lake and show them what I love doing every day. I love seeing people catching fish that have never caught that type of species before, or they're just people that go out a couple times a year. They don't have their own equipment, so they just want to experience a fun time on the water, and that's what I bring to the table on all my charters. Whether the bite's tough or if it's a fast bite, it's always a great time on the water. We make it fun no matter what the bite's doing. Oh God, I'm gonna get hit. There he is. That's a good fish. I think this one's gonna be the biggest one so far. Seeing bubbles?
Yeah, you see the air coming up.
The micro bubbles. Oh my God, giant. This one's a big one. Look at that rod flex.
Oh yeah.
That's a big one. Oh. Oh my God. Look at him take that bait. Holy cow. Yup. That's a big fish. Look at that flex in the rod, that backbone. That fish is just pulling. 6'3" rod, giant lake trout. Stay pin. Looks like a good hook set right in the roof. This fish does not want to budge.
Nick, what's their forage here for?
They're hitting you got their shad. We've cleaned out a lot of gobies in their stomachs. You have sawbellies. Wow. This fish has got some power. This is a good fish. I mean, he's just not giving up. Holy cow. I think this one's the biggest one of the season.
Oh,
That's a big one.
that's the good luck I bring.
Look at that fish. That is a dinosaur. Those are some killer shots. We're almost to the leader. We get to the leader and then he wants to just go back down. God, he's right here. One more left. Oh my God. This thing is a big fish. Gripping the net with my armpit. Oh, come on. Get up. Pulled the net too soon. Wow.
There we go.
Oh my God. 6'3" JT rod. Gets hot. Look at that giant. Let's get the hook cleared. Hook fell out. Yeah. Look at that fish. What a giant
Hold it right there 1 second.
lake trout. Great fight. Light tackle, 6'3" JT Outdoors rod. Beautiful, beautiful New York lake trout. Jesus. Look at them colors. Yeah, that's a giant. Let's get this fish back quick. There we go.
Off to play another day.
Boom.
There's
Awesome.
the fish.